Hi, in this tutorial we will see the different layers of API which is required to be created for a real-time project. So the different layers can be segregated into five types. The five types are: first is the controller layer where the controller is made. Second is the validation or handler layer. This is the layer where if some things are passed, then that can be validated in the validation layer. Then we have service layer where services are made. Services can be multiple types. Then we have a DAO layer where the operations related to database is made, and then we have a repo layer which interacts with database. So here in our Eclipse, I am going to create a Spring Starter project. I'll name it as API Best Practice, and let's change the description to demo project for API creation, and let's change the package to com.sumit only because we will create different packages and different files in different packages. Here I am selecting Spring Web. If it's not coming here, you can search in the search bar. If you will type web here, then automatically it will come. I've already selected, that's why Spring Web is not coming here, because I've already selected. So click on next and click on finish. So this is the main file, API Best Practice, which gets created for Spring Boot project. Here I am going to create controller, so I am writing controller layer. Let's change the package accordingly, that is com.sumit.controller. So controller layer is made. Let's create a handler layer, or some people call it as a validation layer also, where the validations are being done. So the package name be com.sumit.handler. Name of the file be handler layer. After handler layer, we need to create interface and implement that interface in the class. So from here onwards, that is from service onwards and DAO layer, both we will create interface. So I will name the package as com.sumit.service. I will create a file for this service, that is class file, which will implement this interface. So let's change the name of this package also, that is service.impl, and name of the class also service layer impl. It will depict that this is implementing service layer. It will be easy to understand. And after the service layer, let's create DAO layer. For DAO layer, I'm changing the package name to com.sumit.dao. That's it. And name of the package created. And now let's change the name to DAO layer. Let's let the DAO be in caps. So we have created DAO layer, and let's change create its implementation. So I will create a new class and I will change the package to DAO.impl and the class name also DAO layer, same name of the interface with impl at the suffix. So we have created different layers. One more layer is still pending, that is the repository layer. So repository layer directly can be created using class, no need of the interface. So the name of the repository I am making here as repo layer only. Repository layer, let it be repository, and here I am changing it to com.sumit.repo repository layer and click on finish. So all the layers we have created, which we have discussed initially: controller, handler, service, DAO and repository. So in the controller layer, we need to annotate it with REST controller so that Spring will understand that this is a controller layer. Inside this controller layer, we need to create methods. Either you can go with request mapping, or directly can go with get mapping or post mapping, depending upon the get or post method. So let it be get method only. So I am using get mapping. Let the URL be get data, and I am writing method, that is public string. It will return string with the name of the method as get data. I am going to pass a variable of type string with the name as data, and I am going to return this string, but this string will directly won't be returned from here. It will call the handler layer, which will call sub layers till the repository. So I will auto wire this handler layer. I will choose the handler layer which I have created, and I'm going to create a method inside the handler layer. Let the name be same as the get data only, nothing so specific. So let it be get data, and I'm going to pass the perimeter data inside it. So let's over the pointer here, mouse pointer, and you'll get this method, create method get data. So this has already been created in the handler layer. Let me clean the code with the commented part. Let me remove this commented part. And here in the handler layer, you can do the validation, like the string size should not be this or string should not be equal to this, somewhat like that. And it will internally call the service layer. So the service related operations won't be done here. Service related operations will be done in the service layer. This is for only validation, so that the user can understand this, that for validating data which layer I will go. So it will directly go to the validation layer, and for service related operation it will go to the service layer directly. So in the service layer I have auto add, and I'm going to call a method get data, and I'll pass this data, and it will again ask to create the method, and the method has been created in the interface. As you can see, we will implement auto-wire the interface, not the implementation, and this IMPL class will implement that service layer, and automatically the thing will come to add an implemented method, and we can implement the method with at that override annotation. That this is to understand that we have overridden the interface methods. So we will also annotate it with at the service. So string will understand that this is a type of stereotype, and it will create the bean of this, and this bean will be auto add in the classes where it is required. And through this service layer I'm going to call the DAO layer, where database related manipulations are done. So in the DAO layer we will create DAO layer, and I'm going to change this name as small DAO, and I'm going to call the method through this layer. So it will return DAO layer and dot get data, the name of the method which is I'm going to create inside the DAO layer. Click on save, and it will ask for creation of a method, and it will be created in the DAO layer. So this has been added in the interface of the DAO layer, and in the implementation of the DAO layer I am going to implement the DAO layer. Implements DAO layer, and it will ask for adding unimplemented methods. So this has been added. So here in the DAO layer all the database related manipulations are done. So this is best suited for database interactions, connections, creating connections, transactions and all. So here I am annotating with @service, because we can't directly annotate with @repository, because the repository is best suited for direct database interactions, not for the manipulations. So here I am going to auto add the repository layer which we have created, and this is the repository layer I am going to call through AutoWire, and inside this repository layer it will directly interact with database. So I am going to create a method in this repository layer. Let it be the same, so not to confuse anyone. You can create your own methods, but it is best suited to keep it generic, and it will be better to understand. So I am going to create a method inside this repository layer. Here in the repository layer I am going to annotate with one of the stereotypes, that is @repository, and inside this method let me return the data, thinking it as this is being returned from database. Let the string be, since data is passed from the URL, so I am writing data passed in URL is colon. That's it, the data. So for interacting with database you can either call the queries and all here, or you can directly call the JPA repository. So if you call the JPA repository, it will automatically handle the CRUD operations. So here, as you can see, this is the method get data, and I'm going to pass a parameter here at the data. I'm going to call the path variable here, and here I'm going to apply a check of not null, that whenever user applies or user passes null, then it will throw an error. So let the path variable be the same name as data. So this path variable is being passed from the URL, and this is being mapped to this string. And here I am also applying @not null check for the validation of the not null data. And here all things can be done like this only. We can't directly validate using Java codes like equals this or somewhat like that. For doing those things, we need to go to the handler layer or validation layer, and for this to be auto-wired in this controller layer, like here, we need to also to make it auto-wire, we need to also call the stereotype of service. So all the manipulations are related to service. That's why I've said that we can create multiple service layers. For things to be auto-wired, we have created this as a service, and now in this validation layer, we need to validate the data which is coming, which is not handled by all the annotations. So like if I'm checking manual check, like if this data is equal to Sumit, then throw the error, somewhat like that. These type of validations are done here. So I'm creating data dot equals Sumit, then throw runtime exception, somewhat like that. So it is best suited for that. This is the validation layer or handler layer. So we have created handler layer here. Inside this, it will go to service layer, it will go its implementation, and it will go to the DAO layer. Then after going to the DAO layer, it will then go to the repository layer. As you can see, this is the DAO layer. It will go to the implementation of this, and it will finally go to the repository layer and do the DAO operations, and then send the data to service, then to the handler, then to the controller, and directly to the user. So it will directly go inside this and call the data passed in the URL is data. Let me run as Spring Boot application. So as you can see, our Spring Boot has started at port 8080. Let me call in the URL, and the URL which I am going to call is this one only, get data. So this port 8080, localhost 8080, get data, and I am going to pass the data as here. So data is passed, so this is saying data passed in the URL is data only. So it has went to the controller, and through handler layer, it has checked whether this is equal to Sumit or not. If it's not equal to Sumit, then it's not throwing the error, and it has went to the service layer. This Sumit, and it will go to service layer, and finally it will go to till the last. As you can see, I passed Sumit here, so it has thrown runtime exception. So as you can see, this is Sumit, it has thrown the runtime exception. If I'm not passing anything here, it's @not null check is applied, so it will throw the error. So this data needs to be something, otherwise this API will throw the error, because we have applied both the validations, that is not null and @Sumit. So these are the different layers where we can operate the data. So see, I have passed XYZ, so it is showing data passing URL is data, and here you can see we have passed test. If I am not passing anything, then it's throwing error. If I am passing Sumit also, then it's throwing error, because we have applied check for Sumit. So in this way, we can create different layers of API, and all the API related data need not be done in one layer only. So for real-time projects, somewhat like this only happens. @valid is made where we are required to create an object, and we need to pass in the request. We have created already tutorial for that, for validation of @valid and not null. You can check out that. And this was related to the creation of API with best practices. My main motive was to provide you the different layers which is required to be created for an API. So you can create and manipulate the data accordingly in the different layers. Thank you all for watching the video.